feeling a change coming. I'm feeling a change coming. Right here, I'm feeling a change. I'm feeling a change all around me. No doubt, I'm feeling a change. I'm feeling a change running down me. Now, there's change coming. Now, there's change coming.
Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I guess this is kind of another long time no talk. I know I am a little slack on my videos. Honestly, it's just because of COVID. I really don't know what else to say. It's just not a good time. It's tricky to get out to film, tricky to get out to shoot places. I don't really know what to do. The restrictions, just trying to do the right thing. But obviously it is what it is. This is what's going on. So I can't really let that stop my life and stop my photography from going on. So I'm currently in Alberta. I do live in BC, but I'm in Alberta right now because my brother is off training for the RCMP. So he had to leave his family behind while he goes off and does that for a few months. So my sister-in-law has 2 kids that she is trying to take care of, and one is a 1-year-old. So I'm out here helping her for a bit of time. And it works out because I don't actually live near my family in BC, so it's good for me to get out here and be with them around this time. Oh, luckily for me, where my brother and sister live, there are some pretty cool landscapes around the area, and one of them happens to be, as you can see, it's really windy. It's so annoying with my hair. One of the places that is around the area is Dinosaur Provincial Park, and I don't know if you guys remember from last year, but I was here once before. I did a vlog from it, and honestly, it is the coolest place. So I'm so happy that I was able to get back out here. It's about an hour drive from their house, and there's no one here, not even a single soul. Obviously, that's because of COVID. I think there's a few campers down at the campground, but it is pretty much deserted. So I have the place all to myself. This location looks like Mars. It is so cool, absolutely unreal. The foregrounds and the uniqueness of the landscape that photographers can photograph here is endless, and that is why I am back out here. I just can't stop thinking about it, and I'm just so happy that I was able to get out here again and of course have this place to myself. So the shots that I am shooting today are very similar to the ones that I did last year because I did want to work those locations a bit more. I didn't have as much time as last year because I had a bunch of vehicle breakdowns, and I did also actually want to do some more self-portraits, but I forgot my dresses, so I was like, you know what, it probably is just a landscape shoot tonight, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because I love doing my landscape photography. It's definitely a mindful space for me. Hope that you guys are all doing well during this time. It is just such a pain in the butt. It just never seems to end. I know we're all in different countries. Canada, I don't think, is doing very well right now, so it's very discouraging to see this. It's really tricky just to know what to do. Stay home. It's just hard. It's so challenging. I always want to do the right thing and protect people. I honestly cannot wait until I can get vaccinated. I'm really looking forward to it. Anyways, enough COVID talk. Let's get shooting. I am already set up for my first shot. I'm just kind of waiting for the light to go down because it is pretty bright out right now. It's windy and it's a little bit colder, so having the sun out does help warm things up, but I think I need to wait just a wee bit more time for it to go down so the light isn't so harsh. I'm actually shooting right into the sun right now. The little rock formation, not little, it's actually pretty big. The rock formation that I am photographing is backlit right now, and I'm hoping that some of the clouds around it will start to light up with some really gorgeous colors, and I have a really cool foreground that I keep going back to it. I'm so drawn to it. It has like this coolest sort of darker red rock pattern that just leads you right into this scene. I didn't really like I did like my shot from last year, but I felt like I could have tweaked it a little bit better and worked the foreground a bit better. And last year I shot at sunrise, and today I am shooting at sunset, so the light is going to be different. So the shot should look completely different. I am shooting it vertically because it works much better vertically. There's just too much on the edges that are very distracting. So I'm going vertical for this one, and of course I'm going to do a long exposure. I am going to be focus stacking it because I'm pretty close to that foreground, so I'll do one for the foreground at f16, and then I'll do one for the sky and the rock formation in the background at f16 as well. And I'm going to be doing a long exposure. Not sure what my shutter speed is going to be. Probably probably about a minute. That's usually what it seems to be when I shoot around this time. And yeah, I'm going to focus stack this so it is sharp front to back.
It's been a long time coming, a long time coming. There's change.
So I am pretty happy with how this image turned out. I absolutely love the composition. Again, that is why I keep going back and shooting it. I love the foreground. That is my favorite part of this image. I enjoy it sunset and I also enjoy it at sunrise. I like both ways of light, and I think it's really cool where the sun was starting to set and how I got the sun star in this image. The only thing I don't really like is probably the clouds. I think maybe if I had waited a little bit longer, I could have had more color in the sky, but I was off photographing another scene. And as you can tell, I didn't end up doing a long exposure for this image like I had said before that I was doing. But otherwise, I am pretty happy with how this one turned out, and it does not work as a horizontal, so it is definitely a vertical shot. Oh, it has been a few hours since I was filming. I have been running around just shooting, honestly just having a lot of fun despite the wind, despite the coldness from the wind. The sun comes out, it is really warm. The light is changing, it's absolutely getting gorgeous out now. I feel like I've been here a few times now, so I obviously gravitate to the spots that I really enjoy shooting. And I am back at the one that is really cool. It looks like a snake, or it's like almost like a dragon back. It's so cool. The light is a little bit tricky on it because it is coming from the left-hand side because it's sunset. So there's only a little bit of light lighting up the side that you don't really see in the shot. And then the rest of the cracks and the crevices and the dips are in shadow. But what I'm thinking about doing with this shot is I'm just waiting for the sun to go down. It's almost down. I'm waiting for the nice pinks to come out in the sky. So I'm going to have a darker foreground. It's going to probably be like a nice, as the sun sets and the light is not on anymore, it kind of starts to turn this really nice gray color. And I think that will contrast really nicely with the pink in the sky. So I'm just waiting a little bit longer for some light conditions to change. But other than that, I've had a really great time shooting despite the wind. I absolutely hate the wind and I'm like a magnet for it. It's always around. But I guess it makes it harder to shoot and harder to do this. So what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, right?
Day after day, I'm feeling the same. But today, I'm feeling a change. It's blowing this way like a new hurricane. And it's
Well, this image I am fairly happy with how it turned out. I was a little bit surprised by the conditions and the clouds in the sky. It was really windy, so the clouds were just constantly changing. And I didn't think I was going to have that great of a light show, but I ended up having a pretty good one, so I'm happy that I was at this spot where I am. I do like the composition in this one. My critique on this image is probably just how the landscape is. There's a lot going on. It is quite messy, and again, it is brown. Like the whole landscape is just one uniform color, so it can be a little bit hard to have that depth. But I definitely like the composition, and I absolutely love how it shows the uniqueness of this landscape. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and in my next one, I am actually going to touch base a little bit more on my process of moving to Australia and the relationship between Ben and I and what it's actually like to go through something like this during a pandemic. It's definitely hard. So something cool and something positive that has happened is we ended up hiring an immigration lawyer, so we are just getting started on that process. Again, I'll touch base on this more in the next video if you guys are interested to hear about it. It is definitely one of the hardest things both he and I have gone through, but we are still hanging on and we are still pushing forward. I'll also touch base on how I'm getting Ollie over into the country and what that is like. So I'm going to share some images with you guys like always at the end, but they aren't just from this shoot at the Dinosaur Park. It's actually just images that I've been editing this last week. So there's some from Death Valley, there's some portraits, there's some self-portraits, just a mixture of what I have been working on. As always, please like and subscribe as it definitely helps me grow my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Here comes the season of change.